Hey guys, and welcome back to Mika Reacts and Reviews, where we react and review to things on the internet. Same day, same shirt, different video. And today we are returning to Bill Maher. He has been on a roll. He is making me a fan. I don't agree with a lot of stuff he says, but I agree with a lot of stuff he says. And when he says something right, we should all pay attention and praise him for it and encourage him to continue to take the red pill. Anyway, we're gonna react to the new rule, don't segregate the anthem. About Real Time with Bill Maher. It was uploaded 4 days ago and it has 1 million views and 33,000 likes. Alright, so I'm pretty sure this has something to do with the sports being segregated, the whole national anthem thing. So we're gonna get right into it, but before you do, if you like these type of videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, you can donate. My PayPal link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe and sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Alright, let's continue.
And finally, new rule, the only time there should be 2 national anthems is when the other team is from Canada. This season, the NFL has added Lift Every Voice and Sing, commonly known as the Black National Anthem, to the Star-Spangled Banner before games. And 2 weeks ago, I opined that it was fine to get rid of the old anthem. We just shouldn't have 2. Now, if you watch this show for opinions and you want to know what the correct opinion on the anthem is, that's it. That's the correct one. We shouldn't have 2.
So what do you guys think? Like, would you be okay if the national anthem was just completely replaced? Like a completely different song? Like, if everyone came to a consistency, like the majority said, hey, maybe there's some things or the historical attachment to the national anthem that we have today has racial biases or discriminatory words or attachment or history to it. Would you be okay with it completely changing? I mean, for me, I don't actually care that much. At the same time, like, we, like, as a whole country have to completely learn a different national anthem. I don't know. I don't have a problem with the original one. I've heard it here and there, and sometimes I'm like, meh, let me go get a hot dog. Or sometimes it does really make me feel patriotic and makes me, brings a tear to my eye, makes me all in my feels and stuff like that. But what do you guys think? I definitely don't want 2. Come on, who has time for that? Like, get on with the fucking game. I remember Lift Every Voice and Sing. I haven't sang it in a long time ago, However, we sang it a lot, like maybe like elementary school. It was a thing to sing lift every voice and sing to every freedom ring, something like that. Anyway, let's continue.
The program The View last week devoted a lot of time to this while somehow avoiding what I actually said. It seemed to be a lot about a need to school me on the Black national anthem itself. Whoopi Goldberg said we need 2 anthems because, quote, we're having to re-educate people. Because nothing ever goes wrong when you start talking about re-education. Just ask Chairman Mao. Maybe we can set up some sort of camps. Now, I don't believe we should enforce patriotism by singing anything. And if there's one thing I hate more than groupthink, it's audience participation.
I mean, no one's forced to sing it. Like I said, you can just take that moment and go get a hot dog or go to the bathroom or something. Like, no one's like, hey, you cannot participate in this game or watching this game if you do not sing this song. Like, no one's forcing you. So, alright, you can just ignore it. You know what I mean? Anyway. And I used to love Whoopi Goldberg. I mean, I still respect her as an artist, as an actress. Like, she was born in poverty and she really did work her way up. And I don't think she is as cuckoo loony bean as like a Joy Behar on The View, and The View is just bleh. But, like, man, like, she has, you know what? I remember I had a conversation with a friend the other day. I'm gonna make this quick. Like, that saying, like, don't ever meet your heroes. And we're like, well, whoever like meets their heroes, and like this day and age, you don't actually have to meet them. You follow them and you listen to them long enough, they will just disappoint you at some point with what they say. It doesn't mean I throw the whole person away. I still respect her. I still respect her career and what she's done. But like, man, sometimes she says stuff and I'm like, really? And I feel like she's saying it sometimes just to like appease the like the stockholders of The View or something or whatever. Anyway, let's continue.
But I am what you might call an old school liberal who was brought up with the crazy idea that segregating by race is bad. That's what I was talking about. And again, when it comes to an anthem, it doesn't have to be the one we currently use, but it has to be just one. You know, because it's a national anthem. And symbols of unity matter, and purposefully fragmenting things by race reinforces a terrible message that we are two nations hopelessly drifting apart from each other. That's not where we were even 10 years ago, and it's not where we should be now.
I mean, it's right, like race relations have gotten so bad, and I definitely blame entirely, no, not entirely, but I blame a lot of it on the media, on the government, on the education system, and then, you know, on people themselves, and social media. It has a lot to do with it as well. And he makes a good point. Like, it is a national anthem. So if you're going to have two, then stop calling it a national anthem. Because if you have two national anthems, it's like we have two nations. We're dividing it, which I'm pretty sure they would love to do. I mean, I guess if you say, like, if you put, like, lift up your voice and sing, most people don't care, but then maybe it will make some people uncomfortable, and you have to sit there and listen to it, or you can just go get it a hot dog, I guess. But I guess the people on the other side of the conversation, the other side of the argument, might say, well, I feel uncomfortable when I hear lift every voice and sing. And I would question, like, do you, or did you not only start to feel uncomfortable when someone pointed out that you should start feeling uncomfortable? Because honestly, it never made me feel uncomfortable. But anyway, let's continue.
Where we should be now is here.
There is not a black America and a white America and Latino America and Asian America. There's the United States of America.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Timothy Askew, a professor at Clark Atlanta University, wrote an entire book about Lift Every Voice and Sing. And he said, to sing the black national anthem suggests that black people are separatist and want to have their own nation. This means that everything Martin Luther King Jr. believed about being one nation gets thrown out the window. Thanks, Professor. You'll be hearing from Whoopi.
I mean, that's true. There are a lot of black separatists who will be totally fine having their own nation, but then get upset if white separatists say the same thing or white nationalists say the same thing. But a lot of progressives will be completely okay with that, white or the other, because, you know, they're black. Black people can't be racist. Anyway, let's continue.
But he's right. If we have two anthems, why not three or five? Why not a woman's anthem, a Latino anthem, a gay, trans, indigenous peoples, and Asian Pacific Islander anthem? Because I'm not dealing with you, I'm not speaking to you, is not a way you can run a country. And most people of all backgrounds understand that already and don't even want to try to do it that way. I'm not out of step. Believing in separate but equal, that's out of step by 67 years.
He's totally correct. Like, most people know this, but the thing is, the biggest, loudest, craziest, most people who belong to that cult mentality, tribalists, they usually have the biggest voices, usually have the biggest platform, and usually get the most attention, so it feels like it's so many more people than it is, but it really is a loud, very annoying minority. And I wish the silent majority will stop being so silent so much, because if you don't start talking, then in 5-10 years, or even today, your country is going to look incredibly different. Probably not in a way you want. It's going to move towards like shit show. So, like, start talking, start saying stuff. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah. No. It was 67 years ago, in 1954, when the Supreme Court handed down their landmark Brown versus Board of Education ruling, which said, separate but equal isn't what we do here. we decided we're going to try to make this work together.
And it is crazy to me how, like, it's the left, it's the liberals, not your classical liberals, not your old school liberals, but it's the progressives, the regressive progressives, who literally is trying to usher back in segregation. And it's like, do you guys ever have an aha moment and go, like, is anybody ever in the room going like, I don't know, this sounds a little bit racist, just a little bit, just like a smidget. You know what I mean? They always like use the idea of like, well, black people need their separate spaces. Brown color people, people of color, or the LGBTQ or women need their separate spaces because they don't feel safe because cis white men. You know what I mean? But it's like, really, it's like they want to just usher back in Jim Crow so they can start over this whole oppression game again. Like, we've progressed too much. No, put it back. We need everyone to keep feeling like victims and be at each other's necks. Anyway, let's continue.
And yet a recent survey of 173 colleges found that 42% offer segregated residences, 46% offer segregated orientation programs, 72% host segregated graduation ceremonies. Well, congratulations, liberal parents. You just paid $100 grand for your kid to move to Biloxi, Mississippi in 1948.
Wow. I knew that the universities were doing that, but that number is really kind of shocking. Like 72% segregated graduations. Like, what do you think is going to happen to you in graduation that it needs to be segregated? That's really sad. And this is why people need us to stop trying to tell their children they must go to university and they must get a college education. It's all a fucking facade. It's all a trick. It's a scam. They're just going to have student debt anyway and most likely not going to even get a job in their major. Unless they're going to be like architects or surgeons or doctors or something like that, or scientists. Like, stop forcing your kids to go to university so they can just be more infirmed, indoctrinated into this craziness. Until we can get more diversity of thought in universities, like, universities need to stop being like the place and the end goal for students, at least in the West. Like, and it'd be so boring to like go to a segregated like dorm or segregated like university, basically, if you're going into all these programs that are segregated. University is supposed to be where you're challenged and where you're supposed to see diversities of cultures and thoughts and belief systems and ideologies and political ideas and religions and food and cuisines and all those things. You're supposed to be exposed to internationalism. You're supposed to be exposed to it. But even the fact that universities are trying to like shut down things that university kids can read or listen to. You're supposed to be intellectually challenged, mentally challenged, emotionally challenged, all those things. That is supposed to be the exciting point of your life, to be able to get out of the bubble that you were raised in by your parents. And it's like you're running into university with horse blinders on. No, I don't want to be exposed to anything else. Just let me be exposed to what I already know and what I'm already used to. What a sad university career and life to have to look back on. Okay, my vent is now over. We can continue.
I thought the whole point of going off to college was to be exposed to people from different backgrounds who may not share all your opinions, but you find a way to get high with them.
Everything's fixed with a little joint round, you know, pass. What am I trying to say? Pass the joint, pass the blunt. Everything's fixed with that. A little bit of puff high. We can all agree with that, right? And even if someone has egregious beliefs, who cares? It's not going to break you. You should learn in university how to have intellectual conversations with that person, even if you completely disagree. This is why today most university students, their debate tactic is to screech on the top of their lungs, because they had no practice on actually debating someone who has different beliefs, because they put themselves in a freaking bubble. I'm done ranting. All right, I promise. All right, let's continue.
I mean, we're a nation that professes diversity as our strength. But now half the kids' dorm rooms are determined by racial purity? The University of Michigan Dearborn thought it would be super progressive to set up one virtual cafe for people of color, and a separate one for white people. You see what I mean about becoming so woke you come back out the racist side?
I'm sorry, Bill Maher, but you're pretty late on this. People have been saying progressivism is basically racist ideology for a really long time now, and it's very true. I'm not saying that every progressive is racist, but a lot of the ideology is pretty racist. Like the bigotry of low expectations is all over progressive ideology. Let's continue.
The University of Ohio suggested a gym for minorities only. I have a hard time believing that the vast majority of African Americans care. That in private conversations they're saying, "Ooh, I just can't stand doing squats in front of white people."
I can vouch for that. Never had that conversation with anybody that I know, a black or person of color at all whatsoever. And most black people don't care about this stuff. But I do think a lot of university kids care about this stuff because I think they get indoctrinated with this stuff where they feel like they have to care about this stuff. I've gone to gyms many of times, and the last thing that was on my mind is like, ooh, there's white people here.
Really? We can't even go to the gym together? Because what's next? What follows? Separate dorms, anthem ceremonies, cafes, gyms, separate neighborhoods? That was redlining. They wouldn't let black people live in the town where I grew up. Then they did. The word for that is progress. It's where the term progressive comes from. Most Americans, including nearly 80% of African Americans, want to live in racially diverse neighborhoods. The black silent majority seems to be behind the idea that you can't have a melting pot with two pots.
Yeah, I agree with him. And it's going back when he says, like, oh, diversity is our strength, or we want diversity, or the whole melting pot, but also keep everything separate. It's the same thing of, like, cultural appropriations. Like, you want diversity, but you want all the cultures to stay separate. It makes no sense, and this is why a lot of progressive ideologies make no sense. They don't stay, like, they have no, like, foundation or values that actually, like, coexist together. Everything's like whatever makes sense for the moment, whatever pushes whatever ideology or political agenda at the moment is what makes sense. But as a whole, it doesn't ever stay cohesive together. All right, let's continue.
Yes, America was born from the original sin of slavery, and redress for that is certainly still in order, but not at the cost of destroying a country that most black people now have found a decent life in, with a relatively high standard of living, and don't want to lose. And balkanizing our nation will certainly cause us to lose it. We need to stop regarding this new woke segregation as if it's some sort of cultural advancement. It's not. Ask Yugoslavia. The people of Sarajevo, Muslim, Catholic, and Orthodox, lived side by side for nearly a century. It hosted the Olympics in 1984. 10 years later, it looked like this. Countries do disintegrate into madness when they indulge their separatist tendencies. Hutus slaughtering Tutsis in Rwanda, Catholics and Protestants in Ireland, Sunnis and Shiites in Iraq, Hindus and Muslims in Kashmir, everyone in Afghanistan and that one Jew.
The problem is I think a lot of people think it won't happen. It can't happen. It's America. But you'll be surprised. Again, keep staying silent. And then it won't look recognizable anymore.
We need to unite as one nation who come together and sing one anthem, always out of key.
Always out of key. Okay, that was Bill Maher, guys. Don't segregate the anthem. I really enjoyed that. I like the word balkanization because I do feel like that's what a lot of woke people want. They just want this, like, everyone to be clones of each other when it comes to belief system, thoughts, ideas. Like, it's just annoying. But diversity is their strength, I guess. Diversity to them only means race and gender and culture, maybe. But, like, diversity in belief system, values, and thoughts, no way, Jose. Not in my freaking country. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry about the light. It's literally only like, what time is it? It is only around 4:30 and it's so dark outside because it's been monsoon season here and it's been raining and cloudy, so I apologize. My ring light isn't the best. It will get better as this channel grows. Or you can donate and get better equipment. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about what Bill Maher said or what I said in the comment section below. Okay, I put the light up a little bit. Well, I don't know if you guys like that. And I guess the electricity went out too because my lights in the back went out. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What I said, what Bill Maher said, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. Okay, hated the light, so I turned it down. Anyway, if you'd like to support the channel even further, you can donate. My PayPal link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. I also have a second travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle or I live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go to the description box below and also in the comment section. Hit the link, go subscribe to my travel vlog channel, and or follow me on Instagram. My stories is usually what's most up to date. And you guys have an amazing day.